Hey folks, Jason Weigandt here. This recap of round 4 Monster Energy Supercross is brought to you by the folks at Race Tech. Big thanks to them. They are giving away a gold valve kit after every one of these videos every week. So links in the bio, kids. It's like a revalve in a box. Plusher, better bottoming resistance, and better traction, designed and manufactured right here in the United States of America. You know, Cooper Webb, when he was winning races in the 250 class, was known for being brash and outspoken, maybe a little bit cocky. Well, Coops, we could have used a little bit of that in the preseason to 2019 because we had no idea that the improvements were going to be this big. Cooper changed everything. He went to Red Bull KTM, the new trainer, Alden Baker. Now look, Baker and the KTM program are well proven. The last 8 straight champions in this series have been trained by Baker. But even coupling Webb's obvious talent with Baker's obvious resume, Webb himself was still humble. And even he, when I talked to him at Monster Cup, when he made his debut on the new team, said there are no guarantees. This is going to be better and it's going to work out. He was on Steve Mathis's Pulp MX show in the offseason. He was humble again. He said, compared to Marvin Musquin and Jason Anderson, I'm not there. They're proven winners on a 450. I'm not the guy. I haven't proven myself to be a contender yet. But Coops, a little bit of the old cockiness would have been nice. It would have been an idea going into the season that he was going to be unbelievably good. Because now after Oakland, Cooper Webb is the first 2-time winner this season, and he is now your points leader. We did not see this coming. It would have been nice to get some sort of warning, so now we'll all sound like idiots saying, who knew, who knew, who knew? Which opens the door to say, why didn't you know? We all knew how talented Cooper Webb was. We all knew the ceiling and the potential was high, and now he's with that very established championship program. But I think even Cooper himself is quite surprised. The post-race press conference in Oakland, he was asked, are you surprised? And he said, hell yeah. This one was impressive. It's a little bit of old Cooper and new Cooper. Old in the way that he wasn't dominating in practice. He made a mistake in his heat race, but he did something that Cooper Webb is better at doing than most riders. He was able to apply and execute. I'm sure there are things they learned all day. I've seen Cooper have races where he was terrible in practice, and then when it actually counted, when the points were on the line, he figured out a way to execute the things he learned and improve and win. That's what he did in Oakland. But there's a new part of Cooper Webb that's at play here, and that is that his starts have been aces. Remember, he almost hole shot Anaheim 1, went down in the first turn while leading the pack in there. He was the best starter last week in the Triple Crown 3 main events. He was the best starter in his heat race and the main event here. His new mechanic, Carlos Rivera, who, by the way, could have stayed on the sidelines as a KTM technician this year, but wanted to get back in the mechanic game because he believed in Cooper so much. Rivera said they worked a ton on starts and they were going to be good this year. Cooper has traditionally not been a good starter. So you take the old Cooper Webb confidence and ability to apply things that he learned throughout the race day and couple it with new starts, and as Cooper has now admitted, better fitness with Alden Baker. Oh boy, this could be tough to stop, but we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. It's only 4 rounds into a 17-race championship, and the points are so incredibly tight. Webb might be the points leader, but Marvin Musquin, he is improving rapidly after off-season knee surgery. He was right behind Cooper early in this main event, fell, went back, and then passed Ken Roczen and Eli Tomac, left them in the dust, and caught Cooper on the last lap and made a race out of it. So Marvin has got to be pretty happy with his riding as well. Roczen and Tomac still can't get those ever-elusive victories this year. You know they have to be coming. It was strange tonight to see Marvin just work them. And when you consider that the main goal for both Tomac and Roczen this year is to just not blow it in the early races, they're probably a mix of disappointed with Oakland, but also happy looking at the big picture. And in front of them, how about this for inconsistent and up and down? Blake Baggett is back, the Glendale Blake Baggett. Baggett started terribly in this race and raged all the way through. Yep, he made short work of Roczen and Tomac. He ended up finishing in 3rd. So that's 2 terrible races and 2 great races for Baggett this year. That's just the kind of season it is. And shout out the 2 other riders. Dean Wilson had a little scare when his knee got twisted in a heat race, but luckily those surgically repaired knees held on. He was a solid 6th in the main event. Dean's been good all year. And Justin Barcia riding with a bruised tailbone. I feared he wouldn't even be able to compete in Oakland, but he stayed in it, had to be in some pain, still got 7th in the main. He's actually only 11 points down in the championship as well. We have 4 riders within 4 points at the top of the standings, and Barcia only 11 back. A spectacular start to the season. So the question now, Is this new and old mix of Cooper Webb an unstoppable force like he was in the 250s? Or is it really early, and the reason that all these riders are acting so humble at the beginning of the year is because even they know this championship is a lot bigger than them, and even they have no idea what's going to happen. Links in the bio, kids. Get yourself a set of Race Tech Gold Valves. Thanks for watching. Next week, we're off to San Diego.